Good day. Welcome to this Power Boost meditation. Very delighted that you can join. And I am very pulled every day towards maintaining a good connection with simplicity, sticking to the point, because it seems to be an increasingly complicated world. Different issues I think each of us has to address in our day-to-day life. And sometimes it can be very complicated, addressing even a single issue and then multiply that. So there's a lot going on out there. And it's not that we want to put our head in the sand and avoid it all, as tempting as that might be. We do want to respond to it, find solutions, but without losing or at the stake of our inner peace and inner serenity. So, how to find that balance, being able to respond, address what seems very complicated while remaining very simple inside. That's become my focus a lot these days. So, together, let's explore that possibility. Sitting comfortably. And as always, there's the invitation to experiment with eyes open in a natural way. And one can also start just by taking a breath or two. That deep breath in, and that even slower exhale, release of air from the lungs. Letting go of what is not needed anymore, the unnecessary. And another breath in, and the wisdom of the body to exhale, let go. And that already might create a feeling of slowing down, less overwhelmed. And starting to move my attention from the breath of the body to the breath of the mind, the activity of my inner world. So often it can feel like so much is piled on the mind, so much to think about, and the mind racing from one thought to the next, one issue to the next. All the things I feel I have to do. But the mind perhaps operates at its worst when it is overwhelmed. It operates at its best, most creative, when it is calm. So rather than focusing out there on all the things I feel I need to do, let me first focus in here on creating just the right stage through which I can most effectively respond from. So I focus on the mind, just as I did with the body, on that muscle of the mind, And just for this moment, I give my own mind permission to switch tracks, permission to not focus on the roles and responsibilities, even relationships or issues. I give the mind permission to focus on itself, the state of itself. Permission to slow down. I give my mind just a single assignment to be fully present in this moment. So I, the thinker, can use my present mind to create a calm inner environment. I guide my own mind, now that it's more free, to focus on what is simple, more slow, and more timeless, stable. To focus, if you will, on what anchors me rather than overwhelms. And almost immediately, I find my mind focusing on a deeper sense of the self, one that is timeless, more simple, less temporary, stable. And that sense of self has nothing to do with the outer world and all those roles, responsibilities, relationships, and issues. It's a very simple state of self. No labels, just me. Simply me, the being, the thinker. I, the soul. This delicate spark of life that is me. Yes, I travel through time, I play different parts, but it all comes and goes. What is stable and reliable and constant is this very simple, basic, essence-full sense of myself. I, the soul, the life in this body. I transcend all those labels. That deep sense of self that can be described as I, the being of peace, a seed of peace. Things can come and go, but within me is an unlimited stock of peace, contentment. And when I touch that capacity, I experience something called well-being, feeling very well, very healthy, deep within the cell, very peaceful, very calm. Diving deeply into the simple state of the cell, feeling like a pearl in an ocean of peace. I am a being, a point of living peace. And that's all. And that is everything. All the racing around outside is for this feeling that exists inside. Allowing myself time to hold this simple sense of the self. Let that peace completely flood my inner world and completely fill the expanse of my mind. Until that well-being seems to overflow. No other feeling is possible. Just that deep well-being. And once I'm very stable there, in that simple, timeless, slow sense of self, very calm. Now, if I turn my mind to those outer issues from this place of deep well-being, deep peace, deep calm, somehow my mind does not race. It becomes creative. It develops more accurate timing in what to think and when. My mind begins to operate at its best, not by thinking a lot or thinking more, actually thinking less, but from a state of simple peace. Let me experiment as I go through the day. If I feel the mind starting to agitate and race, let me take just a moment, just a heartbeat, to touch that state of inner peace, and then see how my mind responds. Om Shanti.